It's gonna be a hot one today. Oh my gosh. It went from like chillier the past couple days and now it's super warm, but I'm here for it. Also, not that it's a big deal, but don't mind my hair. It's still wet from the shower and I have not been blow drying my hair because I have some more stitches, like they're up here now. I had to go to the, man, it's bright. I had to go to back to the dermatologist to get another bump removed, but the first time it was on this side. Well, now it's up here, and she said she had to put like one deep stitch in. It was so tender, way more tender than the very first time that I got stitches over here. So my hair looks a little ridiculous. It's just in a clip. But I came out to show you the babies. I realized the last vlog that I had was mostly about the babies, and I didn't show you them that often. Yeah. Oh, why is that one off those eggs?
Because I put food down for the chicks.
Oh, and the, okay. Alright. Oh wait, which food did you give them?
I gave them that one. Right here.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Because hey!
Is that the baby's food?
Yeah. They knocked off the jar.
Oh, it might not have been. Did you fill this up too?
Yeah.
Thank you. And this is the baby's food. You see how it's so overfilled?
Mm-hmm.
So the jar, oh, it's because of that. I see. It's just because the jar isn't on there all the way, baby. That's all.
Hmm.
It's all good. We'll keep that there and good job, baby. Thank you. How's their water? This thing is so heavy. And my sandals are wet and they're slipping. Here you go, come get Jean.
This one's like water.
Sometimes I stand right here so that they're not scared of me. She's okay. Feels good in the shade.
Mm-hmm. Shep.
Get out.
He's went in here like 1,000 times.
No more.
Keep scooting. Keep scooting.
He's like, but you guys are in here.
Keep scooting. No, not forward, backward.
So I always call you guys my like internet friends. So when I was explaining to Brett about this, I was explaining it. I'm like, a friend, an internet friend, because I talked to some of you guys on Instagram too that watch my channel, and I know one of you had asked me about that you were gonna get chickens, and like some of the basics, really, chickens are so freaking easy. Why are you in here? Get out! Anyways, chickens are really easy. After the first week of having chickens, it's really fine. Google a lot of stuff too. They're really simple. Babies need to stay under a heat lamp. I don't remember for how long. You buy a big bag of starter feed and water. That's all they need. So the babies might start to jump up on here if they are in, you know, like a separate area. Obviously these guys are not because they were born into this bunch, but usually when you buy them from a feed store somewhere, so once they start to get a little bit bigger, they might start to jump up, and you just gotta cover the top until they can be out of the heat lamp and moved to a bigger coop. So these little feeders are what we have for the babies, and then when they get bigger, Brett made this thing. There's tons of different ideas on Pinterest. Brett made this PVC pipe, and basically, I mean, it's dirty, but basically you just put the food down in there and call it a day. That way you don't have to come out here constantly to check their feed. I just feed them layer pellets or layer crumble. They don't really like the pellets. And then nesting boxes. We have a lot of chickens, and with the amount of chickens that we have, I would say they use, we'll say 5 at the most, 5 nesting boxes. So you really don't need a whole bunch of nesting boxes, even with a ton of chickens. Like as you can see, they lay them like on the ground, they lay them over here. They really lay them wherever. Other than that, at nighttime, I don't necessarily want our chickens to be free range, but they are. The dogs kind of help deter animals, but at nighttime, they will hop over the fence and they come back in. I'm pretty sure chickens have a hard time seeing at night, so they just naturally come back into the coop. So usually it's just a matter of coming out here and making sure they're all in, making sure the door is closed. That's about it. Are you tired of seeing my garage yet? I guess I haven't been in here that much. I ended up switching some stuff around. Not that it's that exciting, but I have the tables that were over on this back wall. It had my table saw on it. I ended up moving that in Brett's shop so I can cut stuff in there because his shop is really gonna be storage. I still have tables along this side to where we can like do crafty stuff. But with my kids getting older, I wanted this, Brett and I wanted this to be more of like a hangout area. So this was one of the last bigger things that I need to get out, but I need to sand on it. I'm so dreading this. As I'm tearing up my yard, I just don't care. It is now 5:30. I'm starting dinner, but because it's so hot out, we're just doing pasta salad and baked club. I forgot what it's called. Baked club sandwiches. It is so hard during the summertime because everybody is there's no like set schedule. Everybody eats like breakfast and lunch at different times and it drives me nuts. Like when my kids were younger, it was a lot easier because they woke up early. You could get them on like a schedule and that was really beneficial. So we all ate breakfast at the same time, we all ate lunch at the same time. And it's definitely easier when they're in school too. But in the summertime, especially now that they're older, I find it more challenging because Dalton wakes up later than he would on a school day. So then he's not hungry right away and then he eats breakfast later. So it's like, I'm not gonna force him to eat breakfast if he's not hungry with Day and I kind of thing. So it's a little bit different. So I am going to cook dinner. And then I have something to show you that if you are a mom, you might find this beneficial. I have a really hard time not trying to get my kids to do chores, but it's harder, I think, because I do stay at home. And so a lot of the stuff that maybe would be their chores, I have already done in the morning. So basically I kind of went room by room and thought of what is like the extras that I do. Wiping down the fridge, wiping down the front of the cabinets, cleaning the playroom door, all the windows on that door, taking the garbage out. I will share this too if you have bigger kids, but basically the system is called Mom Bucks, and instead of giving your kids real money, you give them Monopoly money, or they actually do have like a whole like thing that you can buy. Pretty sure on Amazon, Pinterest, Mom Bucks, it'll probably explain it a little better than I can, but basically you just, instead of giving your kids real money, you give them this fake money. So I'm gonna go on Amazon and do it the cheap route, and I'm gonna just buy fake money on Amazon. And when my kids do a chore, they will get a specific amount of money, and then once that week is up, they can go to the spend it list and see what they can spend it on. So I think what I figured out is once a day, other than like the typical stuff that they help around with or help out with, they're gonna pick one thing to do every day. So that way by the end of the week, they should have maybe 50 bucks at the most. So this way for my older kids, it kind of takes them a little bit to save up for it. And then once they've saved for it, they can go to this save for list. So if they want to save for a solo date night, it's 100 bucks. So they have to save a little bit for it. And I made it a little bit more difficult. That way it was a little bit more of a saving thing. What they are saving for is a solo date night. They get to choose whatever for dinner. They can do ice cream out. They can choose a game night, a park day, they can skip a chore, they can do a movie night, no chores for the day, and then if they want $5 for real money, they will give me 30 or 40, I haven't figured that out yet, of their fake money. If they want 10 bucks, then it'll be 35 or 45 of the fake money. So I have no idea if this is gonna work. In a sense, I might tweak some of the like the numbers on it, but this is what I have so far. This is like my chicken scratch, if you want to screenshot all that versus me reading all that to you. But I'm hoping that this system will work, and I'm gonna say they're doing it once a day, like picking one of these things to do once a day. I thought about doing 2 or 3 times a day, but then by the end of the week they would have $100 and it would be easy for them to go to the the save for what they're saving for. And I don't know, I want to make it a little bit more challenging in a sense. So that's what we're doing. That is my mom bucks thing. They have a ton of ideas on Pinterest especially for younger kids, so check it out. During the summer, I will probably have them do a couple more things, but once school is starting back up, I'm just gonna stick to one. So let's make it happen. So I thought it would be really fun to, once like it gets kind of dark out, to turn on the lights that I hung up earlier today. Shep.
Which way are you going?
This is what I mean, dogs. I hung up lights outside earlier that you guys saw. And so I thought it'd be really, really fun to take, once it got dark out, turn those lights on and go play Clue. But I ran into 2 issues. One is it is really, really humid out still, and 2, it's gonna start raining at around the time that it gets dark here. So we are getting ready to play Life inside. That's the photo. Okay.
So now I get to walk that.
Pretty sure I was
Remember this? $100K. Thank you for my wedding gift. Left.
Too bad. $100K. It is 11:50 and I am still drinking on coffee. I am still tired. Brett and I woke up way later than we should have this morning. It was like past 5 o'clock. He's supposed to be out the door before, a little bit before 5. Well, it was way past 5. And I woke up and I'm like, Brett. So, yeah, I hate waking up like that, but I kind of threw the day off slightly, my morning off slightly, but I was gonna go outside and kind of do some like crafty stuff, and then I remembered that my air compressor is broken, so I cannot like build anything. So instead, what I'm gonna... He's afraid of the garbage. He will not watch. This is how ridiculous he is. He's afraid of the garbage, so he will not walk in front of it. So I stand in front of it. He's okay. But anyways, I have the this like table outside the front of the house that just has like random gardening stuff on it. So I kind of wanted to spruce that up a little bit. So because I can't work in my garage and use my air compressor or anything like that, I decided I'm gonna pull some pots out, some stuff out, paint them, see if I can kind of spruce it up a little bit. But Day wanted to paint. What are you gonna paint?
Like a Halloween one.
You could paint the whole thing white, and then with a Sharpie marker, you could draw
That's what I
a
was gonna
ghost
do.
face.
And then outline it.
Or like the scream face. With the eyes and the mouth, the long mouth.
Like Michael Myers, Jason mask.
Ooh, that'd be tricky. But you can always use, even if you want to make a sign, you can always use like Sharpies. I always forget that. Like all the color Sharpies that we have. You're gonna use this for Halloween?
Hmm?
You're using this little pot for Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can, once it's totally dry, unless you want it in your room now. Oh, you could have done like a Stranger Things pot or something too.
I still can.
Yeah.
I can paint it black and then do the logo.
Yeah, that look cool. I put a tiny bit of water in that, so hopefully it'll splatter.
Like,
So
oh wait.
prop it up against this rock.
Can't do it.
Prop it up against the rock so it's almost on its side slightly. Yep. And now go from... Do we need more water in it?
Oh, I messed it up.
That's alright. How did Dalton do it? Do we need it more runny? There, that's the ticket. Oh baby, you ain't gotta sit. You can stand up, but do it like, yeah. Even do it like at an angle like this. There you go.
Oh.
The kids were painting a couple month or so ago, and Dalton decided to splatter paint on a picture that he was doing. It looked really cool because it was like a nighttime kind of look to it, because they've been liking to paint on canvases. Well, he was flinging the paint, and I didn't realize that that's what he was doing. There is still splattered white, tiny little dots on that green wall that's in the living room. Love that. Ooh, looks good. Now we know, add a tiny bit of water to the paint. My camera battery is about ready to die. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today, and I will see you in our next one. Bye guys.